Hello, so it's Tuesday, the 18th of June, and we're here to look at the daily astrology. And so we'll get straight on to it, and I'll share, and so we can look at the chart. I'm recording this actually in the afternoon. So what you will notice, if you follow these every day, is that the sun has moved from its morning position in the chart to its afternoon position in the chart. Because after all, the sun goes this way and it will set, it will go down below the horizon later on today. So here we have the sun, 27 degrees of Gemini, nearly at 28, and it's in 2 days on Thursday that the sun changes sign into Cancer. In the meantime, look how far Mercury's got. What a quick planet. It's very swift. Swift Mercury, a mythological theme. And so the sun will be joining its neighbors, Venus and Mercury in Cancer in a couple of days. So we will have a look at Cancer in more detail. And the moon. So the moon is at 17 degrees of Scorpio here, and it is going to rise. It's going to come up over the horizon soon. There's a couple of glyphs you haven't seen here before. This one is Haumea, one of the dwarf planets, currently sitting at 0 degrees of Scorpio. That is in a square with Pluto. So two Kuiper Belt planets here, both dwarf planets, Haumea and Pluto. And they are, of course, sitting on the fixed cross at the moment because it's Aquarius and Scorpio. And another one you may not recognize, that's Makemake, another dwarf planet, and he's at 8 degrees of Libra, just in case you're looking and thinking, I don't know what that one is. Okay, right, what I'm going to do now is stop the share, and just for a moment, I just want to talk about this move into Cancer, because it happens around this time every year, and it's coincidental with a few things. The first is the schools in the UK, anyway, are coming to a close. Now, not all the classes have finished, but those students who were taking exams certainly have finished their exams, and now they don't have to go into school anymore. They can just go home or gather on a street corner and swap cigarettes and bubble gum or get themselves into trouble by drinking cans of cider on the local park. But anyway, they are leaving their established boundaries of going to school. The ones that have taken exams are usually moving on into higher education or apprenticeships or what have you. Now, okay, they're the first to leave, but the younger ones will break up soon. When the sun moves into Cancer, it always reminds me of how broods are returning to the family fold, with Cancer being a crab, not really knowing if it's a land animal or a sea animal. Nevertheless, what Cancer does is very protective. And the zodiac sign of Cancer is known for mothered, and mothering. It just mother in general and being mothered and mothering. It's a very motherly sign. So much so that one of the things that Cancer likes to do is feed people, feed all the time. Everybody's got to be fed. Anyway, this move into Cancer is a move into a feminine zodiac sign. So it's the sun I'm talking about moving. A feminine zodiac sign. Now, one of the things that Cancer energy always strikes me as being is very shy. And the last thing Cancer wants to do is be noticed by people. It loves people, it's sensitive and loving and caring and nurturing, but it wants to do all this at the side of the room or in the home or out of the sight of other people. And it especially is about, well, yeah, the night and the moon, because the moon rules Cancer, and it is especially tender and gentle in the dark hours. Now, Cancer as a zodiac sign has a certain amount of press that doesn't always give Cancer everything it doesn't give it its due. Cancer is an extraordinarily mystical and magical sign. It's incredibly sensitive, and one of its great wisdoms is it has knowledge of every other zodiac sign because the moon goes through every other zodiac sign once a month. And so, although Cancer is always going up and down from masculine to feminine, and feels pretty much at sea sometimes, and is always having new moods and new emotions intruding on Cancer's thoughts, nevertheless, Cancer gets a lot of experience with this fast movement through other zodiac signs, and so gathers a lot of wisdom, which it doesn't reveal. Because Cancer doesn't reveal anything, it's really an understated sign which isn't really appreciated for the huge wealth of information and knowledge which it contains. Now, when you think about the moon, it's the only planet, we call everything in the sky a planet in astrology. It's the only planet that is whizzing around the Earth and not the sun. All the other planets are out there in the solar system. The moon stays very close to home, thank goodness. And the moon provides us with an enormous amount of stability and sustenance and general security. Our position in the solar system is assured because of the moon's weight and the moon's orbit. Otherwise, it would be off somewhere else. And I like to think of the Cancer sign as being that energy, something that is returned to the family home, mother. And I think about the summer, and I think about children being off school, and I think about families being together more. And for me, it's a coincidence that that is when the sun is in Cancer, and that is when families are spending more time together. We've also got here in the Northern Hemisphere lighter nights, so families can see more of each other. They tend to go out and go to pub gardens or what have you. So we are much more visible and outside in the summer than we are huddled at winter when it's dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Although probably that's more like Cancer actually than the Cancer of the summer sun. But anyway, I think that we should notice with this changeover from Gemini to Cancer, I think we should notice a pulling in, a coming down, a settling. I think we should notice that the energy is not quite so rushing round, joining groups, talking on the internet, social media, exams, education, learning, all these visibly masculine out there things. I think what we should notice is it quietens down. It softly comes to land. And that really is the energy, that energy change is quite a sea change. But I do think we have to feel for it. We have to listen for it, because honestly, we can miss it. Everybody is, if it's the end of year at school, then everybody's buying teachers' presents and cards and rushing round, and it's all exciting. And Cancer is like that. Yes, it is. But not so noisy, not so in your face, not so obvious. And I think that is Cancer's special wisdom. It is a sign that is actually quite humorous, but that's not appreciated either. So, if you want to explore your astrology and you want to get the best out of this change into Cancer, then you have to walk with it, be aware of it, be sensitive to it, listen out for it, and then you'll hear or feel the gentleness and the pulling into the center. Okay, I think that's about all I can say with this moment this week where we make this transition. The two planets already have Venus and Mercury. Now we wait for the sun to do it. The sun being so much bigger, carrying so much more gravity and weight, that is the time that we will really notice it, I think. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope that was useful. And don't forget, I do one of these every day, Monday to Friday, none on a Saturday or Sunday. And it's great to have you along, just listening. Thank you. Just lovely to think that somebody is listening to them after I've recorded them. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. So have a lovely afternoon and evening. Bye.